Hail, bird of prey. 5. Hail, Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation, over whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
We the people!
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5 Cupla, and welcome to Bed Life for Friday, TBIF, Friday, February 10th, 2023. A day which will live in infamy. Not so much for you guys. For me, though. For me, possibly. An old friend I hadn't seen in a long time came over today. I thought they were here to help Mama pray and me to a point, and instead they went all drill sergeant on me and decided they weren't going to take anything less than kicking my ass for a year in an attempt to get me not so much to walk, but to be able to at least transfer into a wheelchair on my own. I appreciate their sentiment, but I worry it might be a bit much. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. They have like Salty Tracker. This friend often dreams big, but doesn't always finish. We'll see what happens. Richie Poole says Cupla, Richie. John Araki says Flannel. No, Flannel. It's National Flannel Day. And John Araki says Crapla, John. And he says, hashtag never forget the Karogamo. The Karogamo is not a thing. You're thinking of the Alamo, and it's in Texas, not Karoga. John Aragi also puts in hashtag steal birds garbage. Please don't. Speaking of garbage dealers, there's a man none of you know waking up in a jail cell in Tucson, Arizona today. It's not Jedi Bill. No, nothing to do with Jedi Bill. But just I feel bad for this man, but man, is he an asshole. So I'll just take a moment not to feel sorry for him, but just to acknowledge that there's a man in jail, doesn't want to be there, but probably deserves to be. We'll let the courts figure that out. And John Araki with $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Before we even started, it is appreciated. Can we do something? Can we play? There we go. John Araki got something, not kissing Dax, but something.
Could take weeks, sir.
Oh, he got two things. There we go. I double clicked. I probably should have single clicked, but a little extra Mutari Nebula never hurt no one. And John Araki also asked, did the GoFundMe guy ever get his insulin or whatever bump? Yes, the GoFundMe for the person last week, he made his goal and he ended the GoFundMe. And thank you to everybody here who contributed. It was greatly appreciated. It wasn't insulin, it was other necessary medications. 54.5 Access Radio says U.S. shoots down unknown object flying in airspace near Alaska. Yes, it was breaking news about an hour ago. I saw it. We shot down something, might be a balloon, might be a what's those things? A drone? We don't know. Could be a UFO. They didn't technically, it was an unknown flying object, so it was a UFO, but it could be an alien for spacecraft for all we know. We'll see. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, brother warrior, bird of prey. Kapla, Jedi Bill, and congrats to you, Jedi Bill. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. John Araki says, it was Santa testing out a new sleigh. That son of a bitch Biden killed Christmas. Finally, we knew the Democrats were trying to kill Christmas. And he, the crazy son of a bitch, he finally did it. John Araki, yes, Santa's new sleigh. Moxley fan says, hello to you all, Kapla. Moxley, during the intro, the we the people seemed to bug out, so I reinforced it with my own we the people. I hope you heard it. Resolute Germ says, hello, Resolute. Richie Poole says, Bird of Prey 5 confirmed. Terry Matalas is a guy, so you can say bad things about him if you like. Thank you, Richie. I didn't even Google it. I was pretty sure. And I have no idea what Terry Matalas even looks like. I have no face to go with the name. If he was next to me, I wouldn't know. If Alex Kurtzman was next to me, I would know. And I would do something. I can't say what, but I would. It's a fake. Jedi Bill donated $1.50 through Super Chat. Thank you so much, Jedi Bill. Kapla. And I heard a little birdie told me Jedi Bill would probably be streaming sometime after this. So check out Jedi Bill's channel for a stream. Jedi Bill, if you want to put a link in, if you have one, you're always welcome. That's the same to anybody, anyone who's a moderator in the channel. If you ever want to put a link in, you do not need my permission, but you always have it, and Jedi Bill especially so. Richie Poole says, Bird of Prey 5 confirmed. I just read. I always do it. Terry Matalas is a guy. Gorilla's Random Thoughts is lurking. Kapla Gorilla. And Moxley fan says the 54.5 Access Radio says the U.S. nukes another Chinese spy balloon? Question mark. Well, we don't know. We don't know if it's a balloon. We don't know if it's Chinese. I think we can safely assume it was, whatever it was probably the spy. Moxley fans, is Bird of Prey, Kapla Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Moxley. Hope you are doing well. And John Araki with $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. We'll see what you get. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Oh, John Araki. The least enjoyable of all the animations. Me from my ski trip. Thank you again, 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello, in Kapla. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. LDG at hashtag free the net says it's go time. Hello, LDG. John DeMarco says, greetings all. Greetings, John. And Resolute Germ says, this opening needs a Klingon headbanger. Thank you. That's actually a good suggestion. Now is the time, as I am working on a new intro. Now is the time to make such suggestions. I can't promise they'll all be used, but we'll see what we can do. And John Araki with another super chat, $1 super chat. Thank you again, John Araki. We'll see what you get. Words and pictures with that little headbanger emoji, I guess, and tune. I don't know what that means. I'm not into that lingo. 54.5 Access Radio says Moxley fan. Sounds
Could take
like
weeks, sir.
And again with the Mutari Nebula and some 3D thinking by Captain Kirk and crew. Dan Ben says hi. Welcome, Dan Ben. Moxley fans is Bird. The music reminds me of an NES game called F-Zero. I played F-Zero. I don't remember the music, but it was a pretty good game. The Traveler with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. The Traveler says, it's a fake weather balloon. Yes, it was a fake weather balloon. Probably. John Araki with $1. There it is. There it is. The Traveler got it's a fake. He got it. It was very lucky. And John Araki with $1 super chat. Thank you again, John Araki.
Prosper.
John Araki gets the way to Eden. Hippie Spock. Hippie Spock. Kronos is in the chat. Kronos yells first. You know, Kronos, that's your first comment in the chat, sure. The Traveler says, Bird of Prey, greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds. Greetings, Traveler. I noticed you've since dropped, formerly known as Wesley Crusher. Moxley fans is we, the people. Yitza Lemon says, I think that song was also used in Carmageddon 2 or 3. Ah, interesting. Well, it's in the YouTube library as something free to use and was between 2 and 3 minutes long, which is what I needed. Kronos says, hello, world. Hello, Kronos. Words and pictures is Kapla Bird. Very good to hear you, Bird. Good to be here. Good to see you, words and pictures. Jedi Bill tells Kronos he's not first, but he is the first Kronos. Kronos is National Plaid Day.
It's a fake.
National Flannel Day. And John Araki gets, it's a fake. It's a fake. It's fake. Flannel. Oh, fake flannel? Yes, fake flannel. Jedi Bill says hello to words and pictures. Captain, Fandom Nerd says greetings. Greetings, Captain. Dan Ben says, Bird of Prey, I hear on the news that America shot down a small object the size of a car over Alaska. Yes, in the waters, in the territorial waters over Alaska. all of a sudden now it's safe to shoot something down, right? We heard from Biden, oh, it wasn't safe to shoot it down until it got all the way across the country. Now, this time, oh, it was safe to shoot it down. Gorilla says, did you change the countdown? I did, Gorilla. I changed the music, and I made some very minor edits towards the end, since I had to change the music anyway. The reason I'm changing the music is because the old music was from Epidemic Sound, and I needed to keep paying them monthly in order to keep uploading videos using that music. I'm going to go ahead and cancel Epidemic Sound in the next few days because it's not worth paying them $16, $18 a month for one song. One song after, I don't know, 3 or 4 years of paying them. I only ever used this one song. I mean, I used a couple of songs in the past, but I haven't used a song from them in literally over 2 years. So cancel with them, and then when I need music again,
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
I'll get from somewhere else, and it'll be cheaper. And John Iraqi with another $1 super chat, and Joe Biden with a $1.49 donation. Joe Biden says, where is my damn ice cream? How dare you try and cut funding to ISO bun? Have any of you tried to replace Xi Ping? Hail Karoga, number 22. It's good to see that all Uncle Joe is awake today. And John Araki with another super chat. Thank you again, John Araki. Really looking for that kissing Dax today. Moxley fan confirms the slight change to the character. Resolute Germs says, never get drill sergeants to help with medical care. Either you or them will end up with their ass kicked. Well, since I can't kick their ass, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for me. Resolute Germ donated $1.49. Says, give us the Dax. That was a 1 in 5 chance, but you got the Zoidberg instead, Resolute. You got the Zoidberg. Professor Brainy Specs says, Kapla Bird, are you studying? For question of track for tomorrow? Not Jep Nerdy. For Jep Nerdy for tomorrow? No, honestly, I wasn't studying. Honestly, I wasn't 100% sure I was going to make Jep Nerdy this week, but we'll see. Positive Candor says, less than 1 week until season 3 of Picard, the redemption and renewal finally have real Trek back. I hope so, Positive Candor, although I question whether it can actually be redeemed. I don't know.
I've been monitoring your communications with
Season
Starfleet
3
Command,
might
Captain.
be decent, but I'm not sure that redeems. In fact, I'm sure it doesn't redeem it. And another super chat from John Araki. Thank you so much. And another super chat from the Traveler. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We'll get Dax. Okay, I promise you. I promise you guys have put in enough. If Dax doesn't come naturally, we'll force it. We'll force it like a surgeon ripping open a woman for a cesarean section. Like they did to me. Like they did to me. They said to Mama Pray, you're never going to have this baby. We've got to cut it out of you. And I cried, but they took me anyway. Chrono says, hey to Mama Pray. Well, it's true, Mama Pray, is it not? It is true. Dan Van says, in the night, some animal got into my garbage and split open the bag. Are you sure it was an animal, Dan Van? It might have been a person, although people are animals. Yvette says, so does flannel mean a washcloth? That's what it is here in the UK. Or is flannel as in flannel shirts? Flannel as in flannel shirts. We'll see a picture shortly. John Araki with another $1 super chat. And again gets its face.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Again, and another super chat. And this time it's the JJ Enterprise. Why would I even put the JJ Enterprise in? I don't even know. And Free the Net, LDG at hashtag Free the Net with a $2 super chat. Says, all 4 stacks, all right. Big money, no whammy, Dax. And Jedi Bill with a $1.50 donation. Also looking for, I assume, kissing Dax. And Captain Fandom Nerd with a We Need a Dax Breakdown super chat. And LDG got more, no Dax. No Dax. And Yvette with a £2 sterling super chat. Says, see if I can get kissing Dax. And Jedi Bill's $1.50 was also mourned. Wow, this is the donations, the random number generator here is quite suspect. And Captain Phantom Nerd got me. Oh my God, these are terrible, terrible pop-ups. And Jedi Bill and John Araki each with another $1 super chat. Oh my God. What are you guys gonna get? What are you gonna get? Mom will pray we can buy eggs this week. Eggs, multiple eggs. 2, 3 even. Maybe even one for Sassy. Richie Poole says, I think Birdo Prey was caught flying his new wheelchair over Alaskan airspace a few hours ago. If I had a flying wheelchair, I would stay the hell out of Alaska. And Resolute Germ with a $2 super chat says Dax or bust. And Jedi Bill with a $1 super chat just to get it in. And Yvette's donation was the Enterprise firing on a bird of prey. Oh. We're a few minutes behind. Jedi Bill is Captain Kirk slapping himself.
Our best estimates place us
Speaking of Captain Kirk, the next short trek is in the works. John Aragi super chat, the Matari Nebula, very popular super chat pop up today. Yes, the third short track is in the works. I've recorded the audio. Might be out tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how lazy I am. Resolute Germ and Jedi Bills have come up. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. We're like 2 or 3 minutes behind super chat animations. Like I said, you guys, thank you so much. We will do Kissing Dax one way or another. Resolute Germ says, did you pin a crime on another poor innocent bird? No, of course not. Jedi Bill says, I'm very glad that I'm not in jail here in Tucson, Arizona.
Who's been holding up the damn
and
elevator?
I am glad you're not in jail in Tucson, Arizona too, Jedi Bill. And Dr. Scotty with a $2.99 super chat says, my turn. Thank you so much, Dr. Scotty. And he gets a happy baby. Happy baby. Oh, Rigged. Excuse me, Rigged puts in a $1.49 donation and gets This Is as Rigged as Jeff Nerdy and gets the happy baby. A happy baby animation, which isn't kissing Dax, but also very cute. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much, John Araki.
I've been monitoring your communications with Starfleet Command, Captain.
Okay. Yeah, so we're happy Happy Jedi Bill is not in jail. Where are we? Chrono says only good peeps go to jail these days. No, I can promise you that's not true. Dan Ben says, in that gif where the Klingon bird of prey and the Defiant are cloaking, why does the phaser beam go through them but not hit them? It's a phaser beam. It phased right through them. And Jedi Bill with a $2 super chat says, this is from Kronos. Oh, thank you, Kronos. And thanks, Jedi Bill, for giving in from Kronos. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Okay. Was it a Karogan balloon? Asked Kronos. No, Kronos, we don't waste balloons. Substance D says Kapla, Substance D. Welcome. Resolute says, oh no, they shot down an alien ship again. The Xenos aren't going to be happy. Richie Pools was bird of prey. Who was it that got arrested in Tucson? Anyone I know. John Araki's $1 super chat of Commander Shran. Some Andorian ale. Thank you again, John Araki. So Richie, the person who got arrested in Tucson is a guy I know. I've known online for 13 plus years. He has a sordid past. There's a group of us who kind of become enamored, I guess. He's kind of like a Chris Chan character, but on a smaller stage. But oh my God, equally as crazy. If somebody was ever able to get his entire life together, I have no doubt that it would make for quality Netflix entertainment, something like Tiger King, but our own Tiger King. John Aragi, in the meantime, with another 2 super chats. Thank you so much, John. Oh, excuse me. 1 super chat and 1 super sticker. 1 super poop sticker. Maybe you'll get more luck with the poop, John Araki. Maybe. So nobody you know, Richie. Weed the people. No, not weed the people, Kronos. We the people. John Araki says, Terry Matlock? No, Terry Matalis. Would you consider punching Alex Kurtzman, says Dan Ben? If I was paid enough, I wouldn't punch the man. No, I would listen. I don't have, who's to say if I have same control of my bowels as a normal person, right? I could get away with doing something like that and people would apologize to me. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I would shit on him, but I would shit in his general vicinity. John Araki with a 99-cent super chat. Again, oh, the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you again, John. Got the smiling, the laughing faces. So I'm just saying, if you see me and Alex Kurtzman, stay at least 6 feet away. The Traveler says steak. I want some. Chrono says it's a steak. I wish it was a steak. Richie Poole says Will Wheaton interviews Terry Matalis in the latest Paramount Plus feature on Picard season 3. Yeah, that's not a good sign for good old Terry Matalis. Chrono says medium rare steak. That is the way. If you're going to have steak, that's the way to have steak. Burn it. No, Mamo Price says burn it. Mama Frey likes her steak well done. Yvette says, Bird, you got the watch time on your Picardy video from me. However, I cannot confirm or deny that my headphones were near my ears. Oh, well, if I appreciate the watch time nonetheless. And Jedi Bill, congratulations to Jedi Bill. 1 million views on YouTube. A 1 million views on YouTube celebration to Jedi Bill. Thank you, everyone. And there's the link. Yeah, check it out. It will be starting soon. Chrono says, wow to Jedi Bill. Absolutely, Jedi Bill, you've earned it. Congratulations. There are few people who work as hard on YouTube as yourself. I certainly don't. The Traveler says, Bird of Prey, what's next? They outlaw weather balloons. They might. They might. Honestly, we have a helium shortage, so it might not be the worst. Might not be the worst idea. And Resolute Germ with the 99-cent poop emoji. Thank you, Resolute Germ. Dan Ben says, in England, if we give the Ukraine fighter jets, we're not piloting them. That's good to know. Kronos says, what time to Jedi Bill? John Araki says, Kurogan opera is greater than Klingon opera. Yvette says, congratulations to Bill. Kronos says, sauce for the goose. Dan Ben says, no, America needs to keep weather balloons, not ban, so they can use them as cover for things. That's true. Kronos says, whip, rip to Wesley. And Kronos says, steak, dang space hippies. Jedi Bill says, it should follow this stream, 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Kronos, awesome. So that's 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Dan Ben says, Bird, do video games still have levels? As far as I know, Dan Ben, I mean, like Poly Bridge, there's still levels in Poly Bridge. I'm sure there's other more recent games. The Traveler wants steak. When is Mountain Time? Kronos, 2 hours later. Yes, Kronos says Eastern Time is the only time. So that would be 6:30 our time, Kronos. Dan Ben had to explain to his mom, the difference between a video game level and leveling up a character or a ship. I can understand that. Yitza Lemon says it's a different song. The one I thought of was from Iron Maiden, The Trooper, which sounds similar in places. The Travelers, Bird of Prey, I'm sure a lot of it's a fake today. Yes, there is a lot of it's a fake today. JP says, Bird of Prey, they need to use the missiles before the expiration dates on them. You know, that's actually true. It's cheaper to shoot them off at something than to recycle them. The Traveler says, Bird, just ask Piano Dean for a bit of some kind of song. I don't want to bother Piano Dean. They have songs available just for this reason. There's plenty of them. I don't want to. Piano Dean's talents are better utilized elsewhere. And plus, now that COVID is over, I don't know that he's set up to play at home anymore. So it was a very special time when he was able to make those videos. He had his setup in his home. Kissing Dax is elusive today, says Kronos. It is indeed. But we'll do it in just a few minutes. Eastland says elusive, might be different thing. Yeah. Stanley says, Doomcock just posted a video titled Picard 3 is a disaster. Well, I have not seen that video yet. I have not seen that video yet. The Traveler says, no luck today. Wow, Bird, just wow. Stanley says, like a doctor inducing ejaculation. I've never heard of that procedure. Rezo Jones says, Bird was a giant even as a baby. That's true. It's true. LDG says, mourn, double mourn. Chrono says, that's mourn. Chrono says, kissing daxes are too busy in bed to show up here. And Richie Pool says, wow, Bird is rolling in the super chats today. I am. It was a very lucky day. Eggs for a week. The Traveler says, this is rigged. Eastland Burkholder says, hello to Chronos. Hey, Eastland Burkholder. And Chronos says, wow, eggs, you must be loaded. I know I got that egg money now. The Traveler says, Bird of Prey 6. Scrambled eggs used to be my favorite breakfast. Now I just eat bugs. Oh, I'm sorry, Traveler. Chronos says, what are scrambled omelets? Don't even get us started. Chronos says, Mama Bray can get a lobster dinner now. Well, maybe lobster or eggs, not both. John Araki says, omelets equals scrambled eggs. No, fake news. Fake news. Chronos says, it's been a long road.
I eat lobster, but I really don't eat eggs.
Mama Bray says she does eat lobster, but she doesn't really eat eggs. Yeah, Mama Bray, not an egg person. Eastland says, I bought eggs 60 at a time just before the prices jumped. Wow, I thought we were getting them 18 at a time. I thought that was a lot. Kronos calls them GIFs. I think I call them GIFs too. GIFs? I guess I call them GIFs. Kronos says, Karoga only wastes orphan minors. Eastland says, note Kirk jumping up on the pool table is not the one of the super chat consequences. Shut up. That's true. I did not have that. I didn't ever find that animation. Dan Ben says, in the UK, they released a man. He only served half a sentence. Not a good person. Should have rotted in hell. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, I can make Mama Bray a black and blue steak where it's charred on the outside and raw on the inside, but I refuse to wreck a steak, though. JP says, so Mama Bray likes her steak like chewing on shoe leather, then.
Okay, but wait, no. I only like ribeye steak.
She only likes ribeye steak, she says.
Not too thick.
And not too thick. So.
Still even well done.
Even well done ribeye is tender, according to Mama Bray. I guess if it's made right. Taking a pill. Hold on. Resolute Germs says, keep feeding that slot machine, people. We'll hit the DAX jackpot sooner or later. And Jedi Bill with another $1 super chat. Oh, thank you, Jedi Bill. You guys are going to hit the jackpot in about 15 seconds. Gorilla says, Jedi Bill. And there's another mourn. Jedi Bill, I'll try to come into your stream, but I can't. But if I can't, congrats on 1 million views. Absolutely. And Yvette says, 24 watching. Don't forget to lick that like, please. Thank you, Yvette. You can lick anything you want, as long as it's the like. JP says, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, lobster dinners will be cheaper than eggs. Yep. Lobster used to be cheap, and now it'll be cheap again. Okay, so thank you guys for the tremendous number of super chats. You've certainly earned a little Kissing Dax lecture. So let's go ahead and roll that footage. And I want you to pay attention to the subject on the left, Terry Farrell, the dominating position. She's got eyes higher than the receiver. She is the one in control. She's got her hand on the back of the neck and the top of her head, asserting dominance. And it's just beautiful, wonderful, and a love that can never be matched in Trek history. The most loving, most attractive, most romantic kiss ever kissed in Star Trek history. And Kronos says, this will be the one. Well, close enough. Kronos says, they used to serve lobster to prisoners. Yeah. And they used to have to pass laws that they were only allowed to serve lobster certain number of nights per week. And they had to give the prisoners real food because they thought it was cruel and unusual to only serve lobster to the prisoners. Gorilla's Random Thought says, I can't lick anything I want because it's a felony if there is no consent. You know what? True enough, Gorilla. True enough. And shut up, Bird. You're killing the moment. I'm sorry, Kronos. I have to present it with commentary. You can always mute it. You can always mute it. Anyway. So, yeah. For those of you who noticed, I uploaded a video today on Picard. I woke up at 4 this morning and I was jalogering, and I happened to see that Dave Cullen had just released his video. Maybe it was 4:30. Had just released his video on Picard season 3. And I knew he had early access. So I listened to it, and listening was actually getting me kind of angry because like 2 weeks ago, Dave Cullen did a video where he literally said Picard season 3, even if it's good, it's too little, too late. I mean, you can go on his channel, and I watched that video today, and he's like, listen, even if people are saying Picard season 3 looks good, it's just too little, too late. And he goes over all the reasons why it doesn't matter how good season 3 is. They've already ruined the series. It's already effed. It's already broken beyond repair. And then he does a video today about how it's a new era on Star Trek and that it's so good. And even if you don't watch it, he promises you're going to hear all your friends talk about how great it was. Basically ignoring his own video that he had put out about how even if it is good, it still can't possibly redeem the series. The series is so broken. And I agree with him. That is to say, I agree with the first him. Doesn't matter how good these episodes are. You can't redeem it. It is irredeemable. Okay? Especially what he says is that you don't need to see season 1 or season 2 of Picard to watch season 3, which means we can safely assume that they don't ever go back and destroy or fix the fact that there is literally a super huge killer AI waiting in the wings to destroy all biological life in this universe, and it's just a phone call away. And it's there, it's got its tentacles. It had its tentacles reaching into our universe in the sky, and it was so close, and then somebody just hung up on them, and they went away, and that the window closed, and now they're never ever gonna ever bring up the fact that the destruction of all biological life is just waiting in the wings, just, one universe, one dimension away, one phone call away, one crazy scientist phone call away. And all life in the galaxy, possibly all the galaxies in the universe, will be destroyed. How can you live with that? Well, just fine, apparently. I mean, and that's just one. That's just one problem. There is thousands of problems. And Dave Cullen's only seen 6 episodes out of 10. Now, season 1, I would say the first 4 or 5 episodes, I rated pretty good. The second season, the first few episodes, I rated pretty good. So I'm sure that, okay, maybe they could make 6 good episodes. It doesn't mean anything. These aren't TNG episodes. They're not episodic. They are all connected. And it doesn't matter how good the first 6, 7, 8, or even 9 episodes are. If that final episode destroys all the canon, destroys everything, then the entire series is for nothing. I cannot go back. Nobody goes back to watch an episode of Picard season 1 or an episode of Picard season 2. You don't do it. There's no reason to. You either watch the whole season again or you don't. Yet I still go back and watch single episodes of TNG, of course, of TOS, even DS9, which was somewhat serialized, but you can still go back and watch In a Pale Moonlight. You can go back and watch Trials and Tribulations. You can go back and watch Children of Time. You can go back and watch Duet. You can go back and watch Second Skin. You can go back and watch Way of the Warrior, parts 1 and 2, without any, without going through the entire series. And they are just as enjoyable. You can go back and watch Voyager and Enterprise. You can't go back and watch Picard. You can't go back and watch an episode of Discovery, short watching the entire season again. Although, why would you want to? So, not a problem. Not a problem. Strange New Worlds, you can pretty much get away with watching an episode, although I would also say, why would you want to? But Picard? No, Picard is not an episodic show in any way. You've got to watch an entire season. And Dave Cullen admits, he didn't even watch the second season. He watched a couple episodes. That was it. So then he tells us, well, season 3 is going to be really good, and all your friends are going to be talking about it. And I don't know. I know I'll talk about it because I'm going to watch it. I've told you guys that. I've never hid the fact that I intend to watch it, no matter how good or bad it is. And I will tell you my honest thoughts on it. And I fully expect that I will probably think the first episodes are good. I mean, I thought the first episodes of season 1 were good. I thought the first episodes of season 2 were good. I have little doubt. I think the first episodes of season 3 were probably good. But looking at just what we know, just from the trailer, we know, one, Professor Moriarty is in it. What possible reason could they have for Professor Moriarty being in this season except sheer desperation? They just needed to get, member berry. Professor Moriarty's time has come and gone. He shouldn't exist anymore. He shouldn't be anywhere. He shouldn't be anything. He shouldn't be in a series at this point. Okay, he's done. Lore. Why is Brent Spiner still doing a character? Whether it's lore or B4, it's probably lore. If it's lore, God, why is he in a Starfleet uniform? Are you telling me either he's pretending to be Data, or God help us if you expect me to believe that Lore went to Starfleet Academy and turned his life around, and now he's in Starfleet. God help me if that's what you want me to believe. It just, and he looks so horrible. The man looks, the makeup. Listen, I'm the last person that's going to tell somebody they look ugly, but holy shit, he looks ugly. I mean, fugly ugly. Why would you put the man in this type of makeup? Okay, let him play a fucking human. Let him play a Soong, a human Soong if he needs to be in the show, which I don't think he does. Okay, Data's dead. Data died twice already. You don't need a third death. But fine, you want Brett Spiner in, then make him a human being, for Christ's sake. He is disgusting looking as Data in this, or Lore, or whatever, B4, whatever the fuck he's supposed to be. And then we get Dave Cullen tells us that Worf really isn't the pacifist he claims to be. Well, if that means A, they lied to us. So they either lied to us in the trailer, or they're lying to us in the series. But in either case, they're lying to us. There's no way to redeem yourself. You fucked yourself. Okay? You're like, I'm sorry, but not to be stereotypical, but it's like I saw a little Asian woman get into a tractor trailer and try to park it. And you just knew this was never going to happen. Okay? I'm sorry. I would take the bets. You think she's going to have a parallel park a tractor trailer? Well, she can fucking not see over the window. So that's a pretty good bet. She's going to have a hard time parking that thing. But I'll watch, and I'll put up a video, and I'll probably argue and yell and bitch over little things, because I can't see the big things until the series is over. And I am never going to be able to see the entire series before everybody else. So we're stuck with what we got. I'm not sleep ranting, god damn it. I'm awake. I'm awake. I am a bit tired. I was up a lot earlier than I expected to be, and I was a lot busier than I expected to be this morning. The Basco scenario is in the house. Says Kapla Basco. Resolute Germ says Cullen is good at making people angry. Honestly, Cullen was always, for Trek, he was always spot on. I mean, on his movie reviews, his Trek reviews were some of his best work. His movie reviews, 9 out of 10, he was very on the nose. Kronos is Star Trek. You know what I mean, Kronos. You know what I mean. Resolute says he's been replaced by a pod person. He might have been. I don't think he was. I think he is a Star Trek fan, and I think he wants to believe what all Star Trek fans want to believe, that good Star Trek is coming again. And you dangle some new Trek in front of his face, and it's not as bad as previous seasons. And so, after you stop bashing yourself in the head with a hammer and you feel good for the few minutes before the blood runs out of your body. The smashing has stopped. You're like, oh, this is good. This isn't bad. I can live like this. But you forget that you've already done fatal brain damage, and you don't have long to live. Yes, the ginger, Kronos, the ginger. 47 New York Times says Picard really hurt Bird. It did. It did. It hurt every track. It hurt all track. It hurt all track. The cursing. And Dave Cullen talks about this too. He says there's less cursing, not there's no cursing. There's less cursing. And then he tells us about how one of the curses wasn't in the script. It was ad-libbed by an actor, and they decided to keep it. What? That doesn't bode well. That bodes badly. That they couldn't even get an actor to read the script correctly. The actor decided to go off on a rant, a tangent, decided to use a major F-bomb, and they decided to just, let's just go with it. Fuck yeah, we'll go with it. No, you stupid fucks. That's not Star Trek. Mike Richards says, if the writers can't keep track of their own canon, then the show is not canon. I agree. Resolute Germ says, all the ranting and not a single F-bomb. Well, there it is. There it is. Kronos says, yay, member berries. And there's your F-bomb. Dan Ben says, I didn't realize Picard Season 1 was not the original Data that died. It was just a memory version. Yes. It was just, he was kept on an USB drive. Stan Lee says, I heard there's only one F-bomb and it wasn't in the script. It was improvised. I don't know if it's only one F-bomb, but I thought that he just said that there was one that he saw. If there was one, there's probably more. Remember, he only saw 6 episodes, which is just one episode more than half the season. So there's still 4 more episodes to go. Stan Lee says, fucking Star Wars managed to go without any profanity, but Star Trek needs it. And Stan Lee says, and I swear all the effing time, I just don't want that shit in my goddamn Star Trek. Abso-fucking-lutely. I swear all the time too, but I aspire to be better. Okay? I swear all the time, but I aspire to be better. I don't want to swear. I don't think that it's cool to swear. I don't think it's hip to swear. Okay? I would much rather a version of myself that could get my points across without the use of fucking profanity, without the use of such colorful metaphors. That's the problem. That is the problem with society, and it's what changed from the 80s, 90s into the 2000s to the 2020s. In the 80s and 90s, we had tolerance. We were learning tolerance. You tolerated different cultures. You tolerated different lifestyles. You tolerated things. Okay? Then comes 2010, 2020. It's not enough to tolerate. You have to celebrate. You have to celebrate different lifestyles. You don't tolerate different lifestyles. You have to celebrate them. You can't tolerate, somebody transitioning genders. You can't tolerate someone of another race or another religion. You have to celebrate it. You have to celebrate somebody's gender change. You have to celebrate someone's race or national origin difference or religious difference. fuck you. I don't want to celebrate it. I'm fine tolerating it. Okay. I'm not going to treat you differently. I'm not going to not sell you something. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to get angry if you move in next to me. I'm not going to get angry if you date my kids. Okay. I'm not going to get angry if you're my boss and I have wildly different values. You have a right to exist. I don't deny that. But fuck you if you want me to celebrate you. You want me to clap my hands and get up and cheer because you're different than me? No. Nobody, there's no reason I have to do that. All I have to do is show you respect. I don't have to celebrate your life choices. Okay? Fuck you. And that's what changed. That's what changed. And we're being told it's not enough to tolerate F-bombs. We have to celebrate them. That's what they want us to do. It wasn't enough that we tolerate it. We should be celebrating that woman, that sheer fucking hubris woman admiral. That's what they want from us. And until we get down on our knees and we say thank you for letting us see the light, and we should be celebrating more cursing in Trek, and we should celebrate more transgenders in Trek, and we should celebrate more homosexuality in Trek. We have to celebrate it. That's what they want from us, and we need to get down. Fuck you. Richie Poole says, what does a little Asian woman trying to park a semi-truck have to do with Star Trek Picard? You lost me. Richie, I don't know where you're from, but around here, and this is a very Asian neighborhood, even the Asian people know little Asian women can't drive. Okay? I'm sorry. I've seen it with my own eyes when I could still walk. An Asian woman in a car trying to parallel park a car on a street with plenty of room, backs into the car behind her, hits the car in front of her, backs into the car behind her a second time, hits the car in front of her a second time, and goes back 4 or 5 times, gets out of the car, looks to see if she can make it, and then backs out again, thinks it's too tight, and drives away. And I've seen that with my eyes at least twice on separate occasions. Different women, different cars, different days, different weeks. Does it mean that all Asian women can't drive? No, of course not. Of course not. But it's a stereotype. And stereotypes are generally founded with a shred of truth. Yes, Mama Pray. Just being small woman.
Right.
Yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be Asian. It's just on top.
I mean,
if you can't see over the windshield, it's not a good. It's not likely you're going to have a good luck parking the truck.
You're looking at everything from a different.
Professor Brainy Specs is Bird of Prey. Did you hear about meteorologist Katie? Professor, if you mean that she went to Los Angeles to the Star Trek Picard premiere, yes, I heard about that. She got invited. Good for her. Congratulations. I'm happy for her. If you mean something else, No, I haven't. I didn't get to see if she wrote anything about the premiere, or honestly, I don't even know if the premiere happened. I think it's today. So was there something else, or was it just the fact that she was attending the premiere? Kronos says the ranting escalated nicely. Stanley says, yes, I always have to catch myself when I'm around my friends' kids. I let a swear word slip out, and I'm like, fuck, sorry, kid. And Stanley says, yeah, we had a flaming gay guys at our high school, and nobody cared, and we didn't give them parades. I said, yeah, you can be gay. Absolutely be gay. In fact, I wish there were more gay guys because that would allow more women for me. I've said this before. I have no problem with gay guys. Don't ask me to march in a parade for you. I don't give a shit that you're gay, but that goes both ways in that I don't give a shit if you're gay for good, and I don't give a shit if you're gay for bad. I don't care. Good for you. Go be gay over there. And I would say the same thing to straight people, unless you're inviting me in, lady. Go be straight over there. I don't. Okay, now, kissing Dax. If you want to be gay over here, then that's another thing. Okay, that I don't mind so much. And I can record it. Then you can be gay. Then you can be gay in front of me. Richie Poole says, I tolerate Kronos. Kronos' bird is playing 5D ranch chess. Kronos says, I guess it's not over yet. Wow, bird. Stanley says, bird could park better now. I would be close. It would be close. Kronos' bird couldn't park its own Jeep. Oh, I could do things to my Jeep that would surprise you. The Jeep was an extension of my body, like a batleth. It became an extension of my body. I knew what it could do and what it couldn't do. Richie Poole says, can a little Asian woman pilot a starship? Of course they can. It wouldn't be an enterprise without a Sulu at the helm. Stan Lee says, Richie Poole may be in deep space, but I'd worry about them around star bases. Kronos says, does Mamo Prey have a tail? I don't know, Kronos. Not today. Stanley says, homophobic guys are just worried the penis might be delicious. I mean, homophobic, maybe, but non-homophobic guys, I have zero desire to see or taste, smell, or generally be in the vicinity of another person's unclothed penis. This is why I don't even like going into locker rooms, and why I avoided them as much as possible. There's some reason that there'd be naked men, and I have no desire to go. Dan Ben says, what's the difference between a Jeep and a Land Rover? A Jeep is a superior, at least it was a superior, American brand, and Land Rover is UK. These days, Jeep is not American anymore, and Land Rover is probably better. About 50 grand, says Stanley. That's true. Yeah, the Land Rover is more expensive. Resolute says Land Rover is trash on wheels. Jeeps are God's gift to roads. I'm happy with that, Resolute, but I don't think it works like that. Yitza Lemon says, please be more attentive to people who have a vivid imagination, more titties, less doms. Anyway, let's go and check Wordle. Let's go and check Wordle for today. This is my review, not review, my latest Picard video that's out. Picard season 3, my thoughts. Anyway. The days today. It's February 10th. All the news that's fit to print day. But since that's the motto for the New York Times, I decided to skip it. An extremely sad day. Children's Hospice Day. Children's Hospice Day also recognizes the importance of hospices in healthcare. Let's learn more. No, I don't think so. Feast of St. Paul's Shipwreck. Celebrate the event, the arrival of St. Paul in Malta on this day. International Cribbage Day. Play cribbage with your friends or family to commemorate International Cribbage Day. International Winter Bike to Work Day. Get your helmets and gear ready. We're about to go cycling. Jesus Christ. Driving your bike through the snow. I wasn't allowed to bike in the snow. I don't know why. Probably because I would slide on the ice and die. National Cream Cheese Brownie Day. Get ready to taste some delicious cream cheese brownies and learn fun facts along the way. Somehow, I pictured cream cheese brownies would be white. Those don't look like cream cheese brownies to me, unless there's just a little bit of cream cheese. National Flannel Day. There it is. That's your flannel. Put on your favorite flannel shirts as we dive deeper into the world of flannel. National Home Warranty Day. Protect your expensive appliances and household apparatuses by getting them covered by a home warranty. That sounds like a scam. A total scam day just to sell home warranties. National Julio Day. National Lewis Day. No, Lewis is wearing flannel. National Umbrella Day. As part of many cultures since ancient times, umbrellas have a storied history worth commemorating. Plimsoll Day. What the fuck is Plimsoll? Get ready to know why Plimsoll Day is important in the shipping industry. And there's a pair of shoes. Are Plimsoll shoes? I have no idea. I'm not going to find out today. Scout Sabbath. Put on your uniform and get ready to honor Shabbat with the information we have. Weird. Teddy Day. No, ladies, not wearing lingerie. Get ready to celebrate Teddy Day in style and put a smile on people's faces. Well, maybe it is. Maybe the fact that they've got a little child with a teddy bear is just meant as a distraction. Valentismus. Valentismus seems like somebody confused Valentine's Day and Christmas. Remind yourself of the love that you are surrounded by on Valentismus. And Welsh Language Music Day. I'm not even going to read that. And World Pulses Day. World Pulses Day. Today we are celebrating healthy, nutritious legumes. Legumes? And their vast benefits to the environment. What the fuck? Who cares about the environment? What about the benefits to me? To me. Legumes. Anyway. Cody Guy. Hello, Cody Guy. Kapla. LDG got it in 6. Does somebody get paid to make up these days? Asked Chronos. Apparently, anybody can make it up and send it to them. Today is National Celebrate Chronos Day, says Richie. Winter Bike to Work Day, also known as Organ Donor Day, says Mike Richards. Good one, Mike. Cream cheese in a brownie, says Dan Van. Nice, says Chronos. Anyway, antiderivative Jill is here. Kapla, antiderivative Jill. Missed quite a bit. Professor Brainy Specs says, Brother Bray, Katie was in a serious car accident after the Picard premiere. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, Professor. I did not know that. Oh, Katie is very upbeat personality. She was a weather person, a meteorologist on a station out of Iowa, Sioux Falls or something. But then she recently got a job in a bigger city in a more northern state. I think it was Wisconsin or Minnesota, something like that. And she got a trip to Los Angeles to see the Picard premiere, and she was so happy to be going. And oh my God, I hope she's okay. Richie Poole is asking if she's okay. Professor says she has a dislocated shoulder and pulmonary contusions. Oof. Her car was flipped. Oh my God. I hope she's okay. Hope she's okay. If there was a guilty party, I hope they get them. Hope it wasn't a hit and run. Not that it really matters so much to her health. And I'm sure she's not the type of person that's like, find them and kill them. But, for people like me, I hope the people that do those things are found. So yes, the U.S. military shoots down an object flying in territorial waters over Alaska. Let's see, did they update this? No, it's still just an object. It's an object. Now, it could have been a UFO. And it was much smaller than the spy balloon. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. What else is in the news? Lady Gaga's dad, Joe Germanota, slams horrible New York City, says it smells like weed. I'm sure it does. Raging fire destroys New York City supermarket. Shoppers and workers rushed to escape. Yes, it was in the Bronx, across the water from me. Big fire. 5-alarm fire. The most unfortunate part is that there's not a hell of a lot of supermarkets in the Bronx. So while this place gets rebuilt, I assume rebuilt over coming months, I have no idea where the people are going to shop. You've got to probably go many miles away for another supermarket. The Turkey-Syria earthquake, that's still terrible, but a newborn and mother saved, 4 days in rubble. That's amazing. The survival stories are crazy. Picks for me. Another solar storm warning for Earth today. High chances of solar flare eruption. Every week there's another solar storm warning. Engadget. Engadget says, don't watch Star Trek Picard Season 3. It'll only encourage them. Well, we got to check out. Wow. Engadget is on the anti-Picard side. The third season is yet another misguided waste of everyone's time. Daniel Cooper, at Daniel W. Cooper. February 10th at 3 a.m. The following article contains spoilers for earlier Star Trek properties, but doesn't reveal specific spoilers about Star Trek Picard Season 3. Not that you should be watching it anyway. It's 2034, and Warner Brothers decides it needs to wring in more cash out of Friends, the decade-defining cultural juggernaut and sitcom behemoth. Imagine what that show would be like. A warm and cozy 3 decades later check-in on characters you know intimately well. After all, you probably spent your favorite years watching them mature from young-sing New Yorkers into a series of families. I did not. I hated Friends, the show, and I never watched an entire episode, as far as I'm aware. Maybe it'll tickle those nostalgia glands, reminding you of when you watched the show with your own family as a kid. Unfortunately, the hotshot creator of the age decided they wanted to go in a different direction. This time, this needs to be a dark and gritty misery core grief orgy that better reflects our more rough and tumble times. After all, TVs these days can't be gentle or comforting, or for escapism, or posit a better world. Not since Trump, Brexit, Bolsonaro, January 6th, and the Ukraine. Creative team got that quote on a poster in their office, the one about the triumphs of evil, and they're not going to sit idly by. They're taking a stand. In the sequel, Rachel's famous for her wellness TikToks and often makes allusions to reclaiming the U.S. as a white ethno-state. Joey lost an arm while filming a movie and is now in prison after a failed heist to pay off his life-ruining medical debt. Monica's got a crippling Adderall addiction and slips away most nights to murder the neighborhood cats and dogs. Everything's shot in ultra gloomy vision, and there's no laugh track, jokes, or studio audience, just unrelenting misery. The revival is done in dense with references to Friends' backstory, as well as the broader Friends universe. Remember that Lisa Kudrow played Phoebe's twin sister Ursula on Mad About You, right? If not, you better get yourself to Wikipedia to study up. I mean, it won't be relevant to the plot, but it's something you remember, so clap, go on, clap. You might be wondering why such a project would be allowed to happen, given that it wouldn't be fun for fans of the original series. Times change, characters age, and you can't turn a cozy sitcom into Breaking Bad overnight and expect that to be satisfying. You'd hardly think it'd be on a big pull for newbie views either, who'd probably steer clear if they weren't already familiar with the 236 episodes of intricate backstory. Nostalgia revivals don't need to be slavish to their source material, but it's hard to see the appeal for something so grim and unpleasant. Apropos of nothing, let's talk about the third and final season of Star Trek Picard. Season 3 was sold as something of a course correction for Picard after its first 2 deeply unpopular runs. It ditched all but Raffi from the roster of original characters created for it, and instead pulled in stars from Star Trek The Next Generation, as well as the returning Jonathan Frakes Marina Sirtis, and Brent Spiner. We'll see LeVar Burton, Gates McFadden, and Michael Dorn back in action. And in the 6 of 10 episodes I've been permitted to watch under a strict embargo, I'd say only one of them feels like the character we know and love. Unfortunately, while we have other TNG stars, the creative team of executive producer Alex Kurtzman and showrunner Terry Matalas didn't bother to grab any of that show's lightness of tone. Picard remains a grimdark slog, shot on perpetually underlit sets, featuring a succession of increasingly bleak set pieces. The plot is stretched so thin in the first 4 episodes, turns out to be little more than an extended prologue for the rest. A prologue that could, I should add, be even an efficient and possibly more enjoyable hour. The story is so obvious too, you'll be ahead of the characters pretty much nonstop as they stumble from one idiot plot to the next. It's maddening how we can see how much of the plot is blocking itself to ensure things can't move forward too quickly. There's whole episodes of gosh, isn't this tension that could have been eliminated if anyone in Starfleet pulled out a tricorder and used it as God intended. In this utopian future where science and technology really are advanced enough to look like magic, why does nobody employ the tools hanging from their waistband? Mostly because Paramount ordered 10 episodes, and 10 episodes is what we're going to give them. Another episode has a time-filling punch fight runaround because it's now somehow impossible for a serving officer to use a Federation ship intercom system to call the bridge and warn them of impending danger. Picard is one of those series where you often find yourself shouting at the screen as the next stupid moment unfolds in front of you. Even worse is the show's creative team seems to think it's us, the audience, who are deficient in the thinking department. There's a scene after scene in which characters repeat the same lines back to each other because the crew assumes we're not paying attention. Because of the limits on spoilers, I've written a scene to match the sentiment, if not the words verbatim, so you can get a sense of what to expect. Crew 1. The ship is being pulled closer to the black hole gravity well. Crew member 2. We do not have enough power to pull ourselves away, sir. Riker. Are you saying we're dead in the water? Crew 1. We'll be passing the black hole's event horizon in 17 minutes. Riker, we're dead in the water and we're sinking. Picard. We're going to be dead in 17 minutes, Will, unless we can find a way to solve this. Riker. We're sinking into quicksand, and there's no time to grab a helping hand. The irony is the run is so thicket dense with references that the show basically assumes that you've already seen pretty much everything produced during Trek's Gold, Silver, and Bronze Ages. But to make sure no one's left behind, everyone has to speak in exposition, so ham-fisted that now that this is over, I think Michelle Hurd deserves a personal injury compensation. Rafi gets saddled with so many cringe-inducing lines where she states and restates the obvious that I started grasping fistfuls of my own hair to relieve some of my discomfort. I can't do that. No hair left. At least not up there. And for the storyline, what can I say? It's clear Alex Kurtzman is only comfortable writing in a single register. His go-to is usually militaristic, testosterone-fueled, paranoia, Reaganite fantasy, in which the real villain was our own government all along. He did it in Into Darkness, Discovery Season 2, and even the first season of Picard, to the point where Starfleet is now so lousy with double agents that all of their schemes fail because the saboteurs are all too busy sabotaging each other's plans instead of the wider Federation. If Picard is nothing else, it's nearly pornographic in its misuse of franchise iconography. I always felt that Jeff Russo's Picard theme sounded more like library music for a corporate advert than makes your head sore theme a Star Trek deserves. And here it's been ditched in favor of Jerry Goldsmith's supposititious Nectar for the Ears score for First Contact. The first title card is a direct pull from Wrath of Khan, and is pretty much every element there and is an elbow to the ribs, reminding you of older, better Star Trek movies and TV series. An early scene has a character hijacking a ship under false pretenses while it's in space dock. You know, the mushroom-shaped mega station orbiting Earth from the search for Spock onwards. And because we've already going beat for beat with a sequence Xeroxed from 1984, the starship even jumps to warp as soon as it's past the exit doors, despite the fact that sort of hardcore Trek fans who would spot the reference would also note they're not meant to jump to warp while inside the solar system when there's no urgent need to do so. I'll admit, this is postgraduate degree level Star Trek nerdery, but you can't have it both ways. If you're trying to placate hostile viewers with the excessive fan service, you can't then complain when they point out that you're doing it all wrong. The show's teaser trailer already revealed we're getting an overstuffed roster of villains to round out the run. Amanda Plummer is captain of an enemy ship that shares a design with the Narada from Star Trek 09. Then there's Daniel Davies' holographic Professor Moriarty, as well as Data's evil twin brother Lore. Both of these sort of make sense in Contact, but there's a hell of a lot of narrative scaffolding to explain away the fact Brent Spiner is now 74 years old. The dude looks good for it, but it's hard to play an ageless android when time marches on and the de-aging CGI budget is spent on smoothing out Patrick Stewart's face for a single flashback and the pointless needle drops that open every episode. Now, before you scurry off to Memory Alpha to confirm Moriarty was locked away in a hollow box at the end of Ship in a Bottle, and Lore was disassembled at the end of Descent Part 2, yes, they were. Try to remember that showrunner Terry Matalas and executive producer Alex Kurtzman treat Star Trek's continuity less as something which informs storytelling and more as a series of shiny objects to keep us all amused when the plot sags or anyone has time to think about what's going on. I'll also add the trailers and promotional material have been very intentionally kept a lot of material back. There are more classical era heroes and villains crowbarring their way into the story in a way that if it were fan fiction would seem excessive. But if I'm honest, the second or third time someone or something familiar popped up, I wasn't whooping and cheering, I was sighing. The Star Trek universe is vast and broad and deep, but Picard makes it feel like a puddle where everyone knows each other, and everyone under the age of 30 has grown up watching The Next Generation. If you're serving in the U.S. Navy, for instance, how likely is it that you know the ins and outs of every exploit of even the most well-traveled combat vessel? Now, I don't have the language or experience to discuss this properly, and I'm aware others who do feel differently, and there's a link. I'm guessing that's Dave Cullen's video. I grew up with a mom like Rafi. Okay. We're not going to read that. This is just my opinion, but I think the depiction of drug and alcohol use in Picard has always felt off. And since I can't talk about the third season, I'll talk about the first, when something very similar happened. It's just as vexing here as it was back then. Rafi deals with her son's rejection by relapsing. Then, mere hours later, she's back at her station and advancing the plot. I don't recall a scene that her use clouded her judgment, and I don't think it was discussed subsequently. So, despite the portentous in the buildup, it was depicted almost like someone just having a bad day and knocking back some drinks. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because there are plenty of people who use drugs and it doesn't impact their professional lives at all. Read any making of book about the original series, and you'll notice more than a few references to the production team's drug use. But if you're going to write a plot where the scene hangs on will she or won't she tension of relapse, but it turns out to be a hunky-dory straight after, what was the point of depicting any of this in the first place? Man, this is a long one. Then there's the violence, the casual way it's doled out, especially in the show's numerous interrogation scenes. I'm not advocating for forced confessions, but giving Starfleet's advanced science, the Federation has a planet of literal telepaths at its disposal. Why are we always punching people in the nose with the butt of a phaser pistol? I mean, I know it's nerdy sci-fi, but why? I know it's nerdy sci-fi play acting as a muscular basic cable drama, but that doesn't mean it works. I've often theorized how many modern day Star Trek creators would much rather be all over the making of their own Star Wars instead. Maybe I'm wrong and the Picard crew is really nostalgic for the ham-fisted Bush era politics of 24. It was always going to be hard to pull Picard out of its creative slump that started when the show was greenlit. If there was ever a character we'd see grow, change, mature, and treat his own life with more kindness, it was Jean-Luc Picard. Some of TNG's best episodes forced Picard to consider his own life, his story, his mortality, his motives, including the series' grand finale, all good things. It just isn't good Star Trek. It's one of the best series finales ever made, encompassing the entire breadth and depth of the next generation in one glorious sweep. And between 7 years of TV and 4 less essential but still important movies, he was done. And I think that's enough for that article. I mean, it's in Gadget. If you really want to read the rest of it, I'll put the link in. But clearly there's somebody who's seen the 6 episodes and is not a fan. Cronus never saw Friends either. The Travelers is Bird of Prey. I was not the one who hit Katie, but I can find out who did. Send Uncle Paulie to help me. Okay, Traveler. That's right. You are close by. Epic Beard, Kapla Epic Beard says Bird doesn't like Friends, confirmed. Why he's an evil dictator. Anti-derivative Jill says, why is this Picard review so obsessed with Friends? It's a weird analogy for Star Trek fans who don't like Friends. Yeah, I know. It was hard to get through. I don't know Friends. I know of Friends. I mean, but yeah, it was way too much Friends. Now, if it was on The Office, I would have been all about that. Richie Pools says Bird of Prey has no soul. He didn't like Friends. No, I did not. Richie Pools says, oh, look, it's Pacifist Worf. Dave Cullen kind of confirms that Worf isn't a pacifist, but that just means that they lied to us. They lied to us in the trailer. They lied to us in the trailer. Anyway, so I guess we should move on to some Dear Bops. Let's check the chat. The Traveler says, who didn't hit the like button? Only 11 likes. Chrono sees 20 likes. Thank you. 21 now. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says I hit the like button just before
Indications negative
I hit
at this
the
time.
like button. And Chronos 22. Orville Nation with a $3 super chat. Thank you so much, Orville Nation. And got eyebrow Dax. At least it's Dax. At least it's Dax. Orville Nation, what are you thinking, Picard season 3? Did you get a chance? Did you get a chance to see any of these episodes? I did not. War and Peace is shorter than this article, says Epic Beard. Wesley says, Bird of Prey later, everyone. Will have to watch the rest when I can. Take care, Wes, traveler. Be safe out there. I should have given you a Cliff Notes. I didn't know it was going to be a long article, Gorilla. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I kept thinking it's got to end. It's got to end soon. The end never came. The end never came. Anyway, let's head on over to Dear Bop. Dear Bop. Oh, quite a few, which was weird because 15 minutes before showtime, there was only one Dear Bop. No. Richie Pools is Bird of Prey. Wordle. I got to do Wordle. Okay, we're going to do Wordle first. Richie Pool, Bird of Prey, so you were going to be pissed. Worf turned out to be a pacifist. Now you're pissed he isn't a pacifist. Well, I'm pissed that if they lied to us, that's what I'm saying. They were screwed either way. Once they brought up that line in the trailer, they effed themselves. Because either they lied to us in the trailer or they lied to us in the show. So which is it? Either way, I got lied to. I'm not happy. Okay. Gorilla says they were paid per word. Probably. Okay, so let's try treat. I don't know. That's not a good one. ENA. Flea. Nope. That has the E and the A in the same place. Paste. P-A-S. No, there's no T. P-L-A plane. P-L-A-N-E. Sure. We got the A in the right place, but the E is not. Let's see. C-H-A-J. Is there any word that's A-E? No. No, I don't think there is. So that probably means the E is at the start. E M Maybe not. It's either going to be EA. Yeah, it could be EA. Meads. Could be an S. Could be an S at the end. Okay, we got 3 letters. Meads. What? Okay, it got to be a Y. I would imagine it's got to be a Y at the end. Weedy, yeedy. Could it be a double Y? No. Feedy, geedy, heady. Heady? Heady? There it is, heady. I don't know what it means, but got it in 4. Got it in 4. Okay. Now we're off to Dear Bob. Kronos says, take care for now. Later, taters. Later, Kronos. Orville Nathan says, no, I could not get away from work to go to the premiere. I think it will be decent trick, though. Anti-Driv says, he didn't sound pissed to me. He's just saying if he's not a pacifist, then the trailer was lying. If it was only a statement of fact. Yes. Kronos says, son of a bitch. Orville Nathan says, Worf aspires to be more civilized, but he is still a warrior. Well, I don't understand. You're saying Klingons are uncivilized? Because that doesn't seem right. Gorilla says the pacifist comment was word humor and a joke. I don't think it didn't sound that way according to Dave Cullen. I don't think. Well, we'll see. We'll see. That's a stupid word, says Stanley. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. A lot of Dear Bops. Okay. Dear Bop, I'm writing this on Thursday, February 7th, 2023. It's 3 days ago. So there's a State of the Union address tonight being 2/7, and I could care less. Biden is not my president. This past election was stolen, period. Okay, I think they're trying to get me to say things that YouTube might not like. So you can read what they're saying. I don't care what anyone says. So-and-so got in unfairly. There was never a recount because people hated Trump. So-and-so ain't worth my time. So-and-so should have ordered the Chinese spy balloon shot down sooner, not when he traveled across the U.S. What are your thoughts? I think it should have been shot down. Certainly over Montana. I mean, there's a great big nothing state. He's like, what if it hits a school? Well, don't shoot it down over a fucking city. How about that? Okay, you shoot it down over the Dutton Ranch. Ain't nothing down there except cows. For the most part, I agree, but YouTube doesn't like politics, so we will move on. We will move on and just say that there's a good chance Donald Trump could be elected for a 3rd time. Dear Bob, when does the next short track come out? Well, CBS canceled short tracks. However, if you mean my shorts track, plural shorts, my minute-long Star Trek episodes, I am working on the next one. I've recorded it. I've just got to put some pictures to it and upload it, possibly as early as tomorrow. I mean, I guess there's a chance it could be tonight, but more than likely, possibly sometime tomorrow will be the next shorts track number 3. And I'll just give you the title, The Reverse Genie of Rigel 9. The Reverse Genie of Rigel 9. Dear Bob, how come you're never on Salty Streams anymore? Truth be told, I'm just usually tired when he starts streaming. He streams late, and I don't usually want to get on a stream at that time. Also, for a while, he was talking Prodigy, and I just really don't care about Prodigy that much. And he was talking about a lot of things, Marvel and Star Wars and stuff I don't care about. But, if he starts talking Trek again, I look forward to teaching him how he's wrong. So, dear Bob, if you could go on a date, and date is in quotes, with any Star Trek actress as they are now in 2023, who would it be? That is an excellent question. And I'm sure many of you are thinking, well, it's either Nicole DeBoer, the beautiful Esri Dax, Terry Farrell, the beautiful Jadzia Dax, or maybe for some possible reason, Marina Sirtis. Ugh. But actually, I would, if it's 2023, and I know this just makes me a disgusting old man, but Molly O'Brien looking quite attractive at her 20-something year old birthday picture. Molly O'Brien. I haven't looked up what's her face from Voyager, Naomi Wildman. I haven't checked out what she looks like as a grown adult, but Molly O'Brien, not too bad. Linda Park. Oh, Linda Park. Richie Poole. Yeah, Linda Park's not bad. Linda Park's not bad. Hoshi from Enterprise. Yeah, I forgot about her. Stan Lee says Bop usually pops in on Sunday mornings. Oh, yeah, it's true. I still go to the church life streams. Android of Jill says that's one good thing about Salty. He's always wrong, but he's willing to listen. Still don't really listen to Mim, though, myself, however. Donnie Pearson says, Bird of Prey, hello, Joe and all. Hope everyone's well, despite the passing of music legend Burt Bacharach last morning. I did not hear that Burt Bacharach passed. Rest in peace. I honestly thought he had died some time ago. Anyway. Dear Bob, I'm a bit of a Spider-Man fan. I finally got the Marvel Spider-Man game. I was happy surprised how detailed New York City map is. One odd thing is the north part of the city is cut off and turned into water, making a border of the map. Anyways, have you played any of Spider-Man games where you can free roam in New York? As a New Yorker yourself, do you think they did a good job at displaying the city? Are you a Spider-Man fan yourself? Thanks, Bob, Spider-Man fan. I am not really a Spider-Man fan, no. I watched, the Marvel Spider-Man movies, but I have no great love for Spider-Man. I never saw any of the earlier Spider-Mans, and no, I've never played any Spider-Man games that I'm aware. So I'm not sure what game you're talking about, and I don't really have any idea how well it portrays New York City. But if it's not full of rats and doesn't smell like weed everywhere, then it's not really portraying the city accurately. Dear Bop, get down and boogie. I'm boogieing right now. Dear Joe, I want to get back to making fun videos just like we did in the old days. I have a great idea and would like you to help me with this video, as you have enjoyed doing this so much. So you know how Breaking Bad is making a comeback. Not really. I want to do an animated short version of a show called Breaking Fat. You will be voicing the Walter White character, and I will voice Jesse. The idea is that we will be making ice cream rather than meth, but we will get the same reactions from our customers. Yeah, you get it? Super funny, right? Cool, you are in. I will call you after this lame stream. Salty. I doubt that. Dear, hi Joe. My mom asked if sanitary pads or tampons are better. What? Why? What? I said pads because tampons can cause some kind of illness, and pads are cool. Do you have any thoughts, LDG? Yeah, I am quite certain that's not LDG, and I don't care. It's a woman's choice. Dear Bop, and a link. Frasier revival adds brainy British pal for Frasier. Is he the new Niles? I knew of Frasier, but mostly because of what I'd read about him for The Simpsons. I really never watched Frasier. So, dear Bob, a link. Wheelchair with balloons on it. Yes. Har, 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 har. Dear Bob, do you want this to return? King of the Hill revival ordered by Hulu. Mike Judge, Greg Daniels, and original cast set to return. Not really. Not really. They're just gonna fuck it up. Bobby probably gonna be a loser. Or even worse, he's not a loser, even though he should be. I mean, I'll watch it, but no, it's nothing I particularly want. I'm sure Frasier was great. I never got around to watching at the time. Dear Bob, when a TV show finishes, how long do you think it should wait before returning? It completely depends on the series. Some should never end, and some should never come back. Dear Bob, good for Jedi Bill at 1 million views. Nope. But yes, good for Jedi Bill. Dear Bob, here are 3 things I do not like: Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Indiana Jones. Well, I don't like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings either. I did like the first 3 Indiana Jones. Dear Bob, you're big. The wrong you're. Dear Bob, Factory Entertainment announces Star Trek: The Next Generation Dustbuster prop replica. One of the last surviving Dustbuster style Type 2 phasers from Star Trek TNG's first season has a light in the emitter which shines through the translucent red areas to simulate internal energy discharge. Okay. What's the Factory Entertainment? You can see it at Comic-Con. Yeah, I don't really give a shit about things like this. They don't do anything for me. And another, I'm skipping that. Okay, Dear Bop is not for links. Dear Bop, rate this image. I have no way of rating this. Dear Bop, Porthos figure. Now, that's more interesting. X06 launches Enterprise character crew with Captain Archer and his trusty beagle, Porthos. Hey, Porthos. Where's Porthos? There's Porthos. Ah. Yes, we get a chance to see the figure prototype at Mission Chicago Convention back in April. A pretty decent likeness of Scott Bakula, though with all X06 releases, we're reserving final judgment until it's in hand. Aw, Porthos. Oh, they got cute. Oh, fuck you. It's fucking Star Trek Discovery. Okay, it's a picture of a bird of prey. Thank you, but not necessary. Again, not necessary. Please. Dear Bob, my name is Su Fong. Why you say bad things about Asian drivers? Well, I want you to know I have good glasses. I had no driving rules. Just because my bumper falling off car means nothing. Next time I see you on road, I not drive good. How you like that? Okay, Sue. Dear Bob, I heard you talking about the men's locker room. We're going to just skip it. Just going to skip it. Dear Bob, I need your thoughts on this situation. I don't know how to respond. My neighbor lady said that she would like to watch me pitch a tent. I don't understand why she would have any interest in watching me, a 60-plus-year-old man, put up a tent in my backyard. Is she weird, or should I just go ahead and erect the tent in front of her? Deej. Yeah, go ahead and erect that tent, Deej. It's what she wants. Hi, Joe. Lisa Kudrow here. I heard you saying you did not like to watch Friends. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you happen to have any idea how much plastic surgery I had to have in that show to try and look young like the rest of the bitches? Okay, tit for tat. I will no longer listen to your dumb live stream. Eat poop and F off. I don't know who Lisa Kudrow is. I have no idea. I have no face to go with that name. Dear Bob, YouTube link. Video unavailable. Video contains content from NBC. Universal would blocked it on copyright grounds. The Office, Alliance, Star Trek. 5,000 views 11 years ago. Oh, I guess it's probably visible in Europe or something. Dear Bop is the reverse genie, similar to a reverse cowgirl. You'll just have to tune in and find out. Dear Bop, if you were imprisoned in a cell with Michael Burnham, Neelix, and Wesley Crusher, and you were able to kill one person, who would it be? I would line them up and kill them all. Well, Neelix, Neelix I would let live, but Michael Burnham and Wesley, I'd put them neck to neck and shoot through the neck. I'm pretty confident I could kill them both with a single bullet. Dear Bop, what's your favorite version of Minecraft? Yeah, none. I don't have. The one you don't use. Dear Bop, you wouldn't take Nurse Chapel, Killy? Oh, I never said I wouldn't. But as they are now, no. Well, I mean, not no, but sure. But there's better. They're certainly better than Killy. Killy doesn't exist anymore. Dear Bob, who is wrong more often? Often wrong soon? The anti-tracker? God damn it! Dear Bob, have you seen the reboot of Night Court? If so, what do you think of it? I'd love it if they brought Brent Spiner back as a cameo, and Melissa Rauch is hot. Yes, I've seen a couple of episodes. It's okay. It doesn't do much for me. I really couldn't care less. Could not care less if they bring back Brett Spiner to Night Court. And if Marissa Rauch is the judge, she's okay. I thought she was more attractive in Big Bang Theory, although her voice is certainly better in this episode, in this series. The trial is never over, reminds us the Epic Beard. Yeah, there sure are a lot of links in Dear Bop today, says Richie. Absolutely. Lisa Kudrow played Phoebe on Friends. Oh, okay. Well, now I know who it is. Richie Poole says Lisa Kudrow. You know, she played the jailed wife in Space Force. I get that. Yes. Okay. Well, that's cool. Anyway, guys, Jedi Bill will be going live soon, celebrating his 1 millionth view on YouTube. Please go over and congratulate him. Thank you guys all so much for those super chats today. We're gonna get eggs for a week, maybe 2.
Oh boy.
And we got one more, Dear Bob. Dear Bob, for reference, Melissa Rauch. Yes. Ooh, yeah. She's very attractive. She's quite attractive. She should wear that. If she wore that in the show, I would watch it more often. I mean, why not? She could be the night court judge. She can wear anything she wants. It's her courtroom. Andrew Jill says Big Bang Theory is extremely irritating to her. Well, it's certainly an acquired taste. Richie Poole loved the Big Bang Theory. I pretty much do. I think I enjoy Young Sheldon better. But regardless. Andrew Joe prefers the IT crowd. You know, I never really watched the IT crowd. Bird buying eggs, always funny. Well, got to get those eggs somewhere, Epic. I don't produce them. Anyway, guys, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for the super chats. And thank you all for being part of the show. Check out my Picard season 3 thoughts if you haven't already. And we'll see you soon. Now, on the right, she's looking up into the eyes of Terry Farrell. Very submissive, but clearly an equal in love and lust.